Hot y'all. I don't know how long it's going to work. So I'm going to get it started. This is what's going on in Mississippi. Just happened 2 weeks ago on a Sunday at a Walmart. And I've got 4 different videos to go along with this. So I'll hit play before it kicks me out.
A shattered window and bullet hole in the windshield. The aftermath of a deadly police shooting in Senatobia, Mississippi that resulted in the death of 1-year-old Cohen Wiley. The shooting sparking outrage.
I'm more angry because the situation that took place really was unnecessary. What I'm hearing from what happened, it was unnecessary.
According to investigators, the shooting, which took place Sunday in this Walmart parking lot, occurred when officers responded to a shoplifting call involving 2 adults and a child. Authorities say the 2 adults, now identified by the family's lawyer as the boy's mother and her friend, tried to get away, driving toward and nearly hitting an officer. Another officer then firing at the car. In this video, officers can be seen running.
And in case y'all didn't hear me talk about this before, we're talking about it earlier today. Their initial report is they drove toward the officer when he opened fire, but every witness that has came forward that was in here, in this fucking parking lot, said that the car never came near the officer. She was not driving toward the officer. Which we've also seen the same thing that's going on in Toccoa, Georgia right now. I think it was Georgia, with the Elder Freeman. Same exact shit's happening. They're accusing him trying to run over a cop, and there's clear video evidence that is completely bullshit. And over 2 years later, he's still fighting it because the prosecutor's crooked, the judge is crooked, the whole fucking sheriff's department, city police, the highway patrol. They had like 5 different fucking units come and chase that guy. But that's a whole different story. Back to this thing. But yeah, supposedly they're saying the car went toward, the cops are saying that she drove toward them, but everybody else saying she did.
One witness telling a local reporter of the 2 adults. One was carrying the child, the other a box of diapers.
Policeman shot, open fire in a public setting over allegedly some Pampers.
Investigators say the trio ended up at a local hospital where the 1-year-old was pronounced dead. One of the adults suffering critical injuries. No officers were injured. The family of Cohen Wiley now distraught and demanding answers.
I don't know anything right now. My grandson gone. I just want justice.
Tonight, the Mississippi Bureau of Investigation is now investigating the shooting. George Solis, NBC News.
All right. We thank you for watching. And remember, stay updated on breaking news and top stories on the NBC News app or watch live on our YouTube channel.
Following more breaking news tonight happening in.
But yeah, keep in mind, y'all, keep in mind, this all happened because Walmart called the police instead of having their own, what the hell is it called in the store? Fuck, man.
Security?
Huh?
Security?
No, we've heard the name like 100 fucking times in the last couple of days. It's like inventory fucking protectors or something.
Oh, yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I can't remember, but you know, they got those fucking people in the store to do this shit. Okay. And instead of having them do their fucking job, they called the cops and a 1-year-old baby's dead because Walmart decided to call the police over fucking diapers instead of doing their fucking job and trying to stop the person. Or just not worried about it, because if you're stealing diapers, you probably need fucking diapers. I'm just saying. I've been poor my entire fucking life. I know what it's like to not be able to afford things. And I know what it's like to not be able to afford things for your kids. And I also know Walmart is overcharging for everything in that fucking store right now. So fuck Walmart, and we're going to continue with this.
Mississippi, where protests broke out tonight across the city of Senatobia in response to the death of a 1-year-old following an encounter with police over the weekend. Senatobia is less than an hour south of Memphis.
No justice! No peace! No justice! No peace!
The scene tonight as people were protesting right outside the city's Walmart store. That's where law enforcement deployed tear gas to deter the crowds. It was on Sunday. A Mississippi police officer shot at a vehicle while responding to a shoplifting call at this Walmart. Mississippi Department of Public Safety Commissioner Sean Tyndall says the investigation is still underway.
I would ask.
Only for you, Polar Bear. But yeah, did y'all catch that? they deployed tear gas on protesters in front of Walmart. And there's video of that, and there's more eyewitnesses that there was actually a reporter in the peaceful protest when they fucking hit him with the tear gas that verifies that it was a fucking peaceful protest and there was no reason for that.
Ask that the public maintain patience as much as possible. And I know this is a very frustrating time, but maintain patience as this process is done.
As police tried to stop the vehicle, the driver drove toward them and almost hit an officer. An officer then shot at the vehicle, which drove away. The 3 people in the vehicle drove to a hospital where the child was pronounced dead. Authorities have not yet confirmed how that child died.
During that process. And with that, Mayor, I'll be glad to answer any questions that y'all have about our process.
All right, this one here, I'm not going to play any of this video. One, mainly out of respect for the family that's here, but 2, because of how bad the family and people in this room were disrespected. But the main reason I did put it on the list is I want you all to look at this. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 police just in this picture. They got 10 cops, and I think there was more than that. Let me play it for a minute. There's nothing. That dude's got bulletproof vest on back here. This guy right in front of the door back here, he's wearing the vest and all, buddy. He's ready. They're ready to take anybody out there. Anybody gets out of hand, anybody asks the wrong question, anybody wants to know, is this really policy to shoot in a car for taking diapers from fucking Walmart? That's the questions these people were asking that they did not get the fucking answers to. So I'm not even going to give this asshole the luxury of playing his voice any longer. I just wanted y'all to see how many fucking cops were in this fucking room because the family was in here and wanted to know why. Damon done kicked me off my fucking playlist again. Why is it saying that? I got premium for a little while, y'all, and it's fucking with me. The hell? All right, bear with me, y'all. I apologize. Something happened like that last year at a Kroger in Columbus. No shit. I'll have to look that up, Polar Bear. Look, people still covering this. This is on my home screen. 5 days ago, Mississippi cops killed black baby after Walmart calls over alleged diapers. See, and everybody has to keep saying alleged, y'all. We have to keep saying alleged because there's no fucking police report saying the woman was ever actually charged with stealing the fucking diapers. So if she didn't steal the fucking diapers, then once again, it was another false call by Walmart where someone paid for something and Walmart just assumed they fucking stole it. Or it was another one of those cases where they went after the wrong people and they were running because it was cops chasing. You know what I mean?
A shattered window and bullet hole in the windshield. The aftermath of a deadly police shooting.
Yes. I guess that was the playlist. My bad, y'all. No, what the hell, dude? Oh, there it is. I figured it out. All right. Get this last one here.
Tonight on Fox 13 News at 10, a community in mourning, a city on edge. A 1-year-old boy shot and killed by a police officer. Tonight, Mississippi's top investigators take over the case.
That it will be a thorough investigation and it will be one where transparency is there.
Businesses boarded up, employees sent home as police prepare for a tense night. Organizers insist their message is peace, but justice cannot wait.
I don't forget each case that I fight for where these young black men, women as well, have died for nothing, and I'm tired of it.
Fox 13 News at 10 starts now.
Oh, okay, go. Oh.
Nobody else has pointed out before. And all the other videos that cover this, I have not seen this. I want y'all to pay attention. When they hit the tear gas at this door, it hits at the other door too. These motherfuckers simultaneously tear gassed the fucking peaceful protest at both ends of Walmart at the same fucking time. Nobody else has caught that I've seen. Now watch this.
Oh,
see, there's tear gas here.
Go.
And there's tear gas at the other end. They hit them both ends at the same fucking time. On a peaceful fucking protest.
Okay, so they're shooting tear gas right now.
And people still keep asking the fucking question, why peaceful protests turned into riots? Because people try to peaceful protest in front of the fucking billionaire fucking asshole store, Walmart, that got this fucking child killed by the fucking police. So they're having a peaceful protest in front of this store. Cops show up in full riot gear and fucking tear gas the fucking crowd.
Breaking news out of Senatobia, Mississippi. Protesters, along with our Fox 13 News crew, hit with tear gas during a protest at the Walmart, just 2 days after a baby was shot and killed by a Senatobia police officer. Thank you so much for joining us tonight and sticking with us after the game. I'm Darcy Thomas. Now, the family has identified that baby as 1-year-old Cohen Wiley. Baby Cohen died Sunday after a police officer shot into the car he was in. Senatobia police say an officer shot into the car of suspected shoplifters.
Bro, I just now realized watching this on this big screen again that she never drove toward the fucking cop like the fucking said she did. Look at this.
Died Sunday after a police
The cops are over here.
Officer.
The car's pulling out. There is no cop anywhere near the front of that fucking car.
Shot into.
Nobody is in front of that car. And if that cop to the left is coming out from another car, he ran out in front of it while it's fucking moving. But the fucking report says that she drove at the fucking officer, and that's why they opened fire. These lying ass motherfucking tyrants, bro. Period.
The car he was in. Senatobia police say an officer shot into the car of suspected shoplifters that were driving toward the officers. National Civil Rights Attorney Ben Crump is representing the family. In a statement, Attorney Crump said, quote, Cohen Wiley was a baby. His mother, who has not been charged with any crime, says she was trying to communicate to officers that there was a baby in the car. Now, we intend to seek justice for baby Cohen and the life that was stolen from him. Today's protest started peacefully on Senatobia's Main Street, but ended in a cloud of tear gas at the Walmart where that shooting also took place. Fox 13's Rob Sneed joins us live in Senatobia tonight. Rob, just to be clear, you were also hit with that tear gas today.
Standing right there in the crowd tonight, Darcy. It happened just after 7 o'clock. The folks that got here, it wasn't anything out of control initially, nothing crazy. And maybe one or two people threw a couple of water bottles, but it wasn't anything that was violent or out of control. Then all of a sudden, within 5 minutes of being here, an officer shot some tear gas, actually rolled it on the ground. We heard that initial explosion, and you saw in the video, we ran. And when I ran down here to the pharmacy area over here thinking that I was kind of out of Dodge. Well, that wasn't the case. I heard two more go up behind me over here, and then I heard two more go off.
My bad. I retract my previous statement. Apparently, I didn't listen to everything this guy said the first time. He just told us that they set him off at both doors. My bad.
Over here, and that's when we all started running. Things got extremely chaotic. People were coughing. I was coughing. It was hard for me to breathe. I even started feeling nauseous. I saw people having a hard time trying to see. I actually had to try to help guide a gentleman to his vehicle while I'm trying to get to mine. And it was certainly chaotic. It was scary for a lot of people. I saw folks out here crying as well. And of course, again, you know, we got to our vehicle. We got out of Dodge to get to safety, of course. But that second round certainly did hit us pretty hard. But you can see right now tonight, those protesters, they left, they dispersed. Many of them said they weren't going anywhere, but I don't see any out here. I see mostly police officers and deputies out here guarding this Walmart tonight. Many of them, the protesters, saying that they want justice for this 1-year-old.
And I think he knows the reason that all those people left when they said they weren't going to, because they were tired of getting tear gas. They probably, every person out there has probably been ID'd, threatened with arrest, threatened with fucking detainment, all kinds of shit. You know damn well if they're going to tear gas them while they're being peaceful, then look how many fucking cops out there. And he's like, I don't know, all protesters left. They said they were staying here, but they left. Well, Walmart closed down. Okay, Walmart closed down, sent everybody home, locked the store up. But now there's like 40 cops in that picture right there, y'all. I mean, there is cops fucking everywhere. 3 sheriff's trucks sitting right there. All brand new fucking shiny Dodge sheriff's trucks sitting right there, surrounded by 30 to 40 fucking cops. And I wonder why the protesters didn't stick around.
That these people let such things go on. Who in their right mind would come out shooting behind 2 women and a baby? It's ridiculous.
We made sure that our local government understood our demands, and they refused our demands to our face. So we right now are ready to move and do whatever it takes as a community of black people who have been shown disrespect.
And you could hear that frustration and that disappointment out of Cohen's great grandmother, rather, and community leaders this tonight. Now, Cohen's death is hurting this community deeply, as you just saw. Many other people said that they still have questions about how and why did this happen. And while some online have blamed the child's mother, others in the community blame the police. Around 5 Tuesday evening, community leaders and leaders gathered outside the city hall, and tensions escalated outside of City Hall while city leaders met inside. Now, at tonight's mayor and board of aldermen meeting, it was decided that the officer involved in this shooting be placed on administrative leave. Again, they placed that officer on administrative leave. The announcement drew applause from some in the crowd, but many still feel they need more answers. Meanwhile, Mississippi Department of Public Safety Commissioner Sean Tyndall asked the community for patience as the investigation continues. He said he could not provide an exact timeline for when additional information or police video will be released, but he promised that the investigation will be transparent.
Again, understand that our goal is to ultimately be transparent in our investigation, so that everybody can take a look at that. And if the wrong conclusions ultimately reached, then those decisions will be looked at and reviewed and scrutinized by the public. And that's how transparency creates accountability.
Again, tonight at 10:18 here at this Walmart on 51. No protesters out here tonight. No demonstrators out here tonight. All you see are first responders and law enforcement out here tonight. Of course, all of this still under investigation. I was told by one of the protesters that they plan to be back out here again at 6 o'clock in the morning, continuing to
that and reviewed and
I'm sitting here fucking talking away and I'm muted, y'all. My bad. But this dude right here is a piece of shit, y'all. That's what I was saying. I don't trust this guy any more than I trust that fucking prosecutor in the Toccoa situation. He's going to protect his fucking cops no matter what. And they won't release the body cam footage because it's still under investigation. They won't release the Walmart security camera footage because it's still under investigation. All we have is that cell phone that they couldn't fucking stop them from showing. And I really feel like I can see enough from that cell phone to say that she never drove toward an officer. And I think the Walmart security camera will 100% verify that. And they don't want us to fucking see that because they're not going to do anything to this cop. They'll let him resign. That way he can get somewhere else, get a fucking job. It's ridiculous, man. I just watched another one earlier where a cop was allowed to resign after doing some crazy ass shit, man. But yeah, I mean, there's videos and videos and videos on top of videos about this situation. But I stuck with the news, which is a very rare thing for me. But they pretty much told the truth. I mean, they showed the video. They didn't try to cut it up, so you couldn't see in that video that there was a cop in front of the car anywhere. They have never, not one of them has ever said that the woman that was the driver that had the diapers, they've still never said she was actually charged with fucking shoplifting, which makes me believe she probably had a fucking receipt again. You know what I mean? Man, I hate to have to go back through my history to find some of these for y'all, but I might have to. No shit. Civil rights lawyers lied. I've never seen that. I don't have permission from him yet. Polar Bear, if you're still watching, man, see if you can find a clip or anything about that. The one in Columbus last year, send it to me. I don't have permission from this guy either. I just well, actually, which one do I want to show, man? Yeah, here's one from Ohio. This was just this year, I believe. I don't have permission from this guy. I have requested it. Hopefully he answers me, and hopefully he doesn't copyright.
But an unnamed Ohio police.
This will be a big shout out to Indisputable with Dr. Rashad Richey. Love this guy. He does cover mostly racial shit where it's pretty obvious it's fucking racially biased or whatever, whether it's cops or Karens or whatever. But he covers injustice in general, either way. You know what I mean? He's not covering just black people. He covers anything that's big enough to cover, and he has multiple channels because we just don't run out of this stuff. The videos are happening every day, so I'm gonna blow this up and let him tell you what's happening here.
Police placed on leave after arresting a 15-year-old girl. We have the update to this. Put it up full mask. I'm taking you to Ohio. We do not have the cop's name, okay? But an unnamed Ohio police officer is now on administrative leave after putting his knee on a 15-year-old child. You see the picture. His knee is on the child's neck while arresting her. It happened during a Juneteenth celebration in Elyria, Ohio. The local police said officers were called to try to de-escalate a confrontation. In the body camera footage posted on YouTube, officers are shown riding a bicycle up.
What up, Chris?
To a group of teenagers next to a fountain. They detained a 14-year-old male after they say they saw him engage in, quote, disorderly conduct, okay? When officers start walking away with the teenager, his 15-year-old sister follows the officer. Quote, "That's my little brother," end quote, she told the officer. Quote, "Don't care. the officer replied. The 14-year-old was charged with disorderly conduct and later released to his mother, according to the police. Body cam footage showed bystanders trying to calm the 15-year-old down as her brother spoke with officers. Quote, leave.
What up, Red Warrior? I don't know why. Every now and then it just shrinks the screen instead of pausing. I don't know why.
My brother the F alone. Get the F out of my brother's face, she yelled. Soon, more police officers arrived and decided to grab the 15-year-old child. The video showed her trying to roll away from the officers before one of the cops physically mounted her to put her in handcuffs, okay? As the crowd got close.
No shit, Chris, when did this happen? Was it recent? I mean, I'm not trying to stick with just recent stuff, especially, I don't care if it happened fucking 10 years ago, 20 years ago. If the cops got away with it, if there was fucking bad shit happening, they got away with it, I'll still talk about it, you know what I'm saying? But there's so much new shit coming out every day, man. If it was recent, I want to know about it. I will cover that shit, bro. There's also videos done by several other channels of a kid with he was a little bit slow. He had some disabilities. He was hiding in the bathroom of McDonald's. He wasn't doing anything. He just didn't want to go home. Okay, or mental place, wherever he was gone from. He didn't want to go home. He'd been hiding in the bathroom for a while. McDonald's just calls the cops and says, "Hey, there's somebody in the bathroom and he won't leave. He's been in there for a while." You know, he pulls a Walmart phone call. So the cops show up, get him out of the bathroom, and they beat this dude so bad right there on the fucking sidewalk in front of McDonald's. And he was 16 years old, and his mother never got seen alive again. They beat him so bad right there on the sidewalk. I mean, you could literally see him banging his head off the fucking concrete. And when he took him to the hospital, he died. You know, so y'all want to know about this shit. Last year, that's close enough for me, bro. That's close enough for me. If you can find a video about it, send it to me, homie.
Closer to the officers, another cop ran up and slammed his knee on the teenager's neck.
Because to be honest with y'all, man, I would love to have some of my own material, okay? Now, the first part of this, I was just showing news. I was doing my own thing there, okay? I didn't take something from somebody else's channel. I was just showing the news clips. But now I'm showing Dr. Rashad. You know what I'm saying? So I'm showing his video. I'm reacting to his video. I'm educating other people on what has happened. See what I'm saying? So any new material, y'all can send me any type of videos, any fucking news clips, as long as the news is being fucking honest about shit. You know what I mean? If they're not, I'm going to point that out. But yeah, I would love to have some content I can call my own. I do have permission from several people to use their stuff. Dr. Rashad is not one of them, like I said, and I apologize to him. I do not have his permission yet, but this was important to me. It was in my state. It was, you know, it's very important to me, this story. So I apologize to him that I don't have his permission. Please check him out. I will put his description, his link, and anybody else that I show, I will put their link in the description after the live is ended. Hell yeah, I appreciate it, man.
A 39-year-old named Marcus Dowdle tried to help the teenagers. Quote, "Do not grab me like that," Mr. Marcus said. He was then placed in handcuffs by several officers before one pointed a taser at him, threatening to tase him. He's been charged with assault on a peace officer. Officers also arrested Sierra Raymond, 48 years of age, for trying to, as they claim, interfere with the arrest. Now, Sierra Raymond did speak to the local news. Before I go to her, I want to say this.
Okay, now, just back it up a little bit. Everybody caught that this was at a Juneteenth celebration, right? And everybody's enlightened on what Juneteenth is, correct? Everybody knows what that means? What holiday that is, what we're celebrating on Juneteenth. Everybody know? Just give me a 1 or something in the chat if you know what Juneteenth is. If not, I'll explain it to you. Put a 2 if you need me to explain it to you. Road warrior knows. Everybody else know? We got 6 people in here. Give me 1s or I knows or 2s if you need explanations. Nope. Indiana doesn't know. All right, Chris. What Juneteenth is the celebration of the end of slavery. I got you, brother. Juneteenth is the celebration of the end of slavery. That's the day slavery was abolished. That's what we're celebrating on Juneteenth. So these black adults and children were at a Juneteenth celebration, celebrating the end of slavery. And the cops' response is to harass a 14-year-old, abuse the 15-year-old sister, and arrest 2 adults that were trying to stop them from abusing the 15-year-old at a Juneteenth celebration. Biden created Juneteenth? Did it? Yep. I didn't know that.
Heard word coming out there.
I'll be damned. Well, good for Joe, by God. I'll have to give him that one. But yeah, that's what Juneteenth is, man. It's a celebration of the end of slavery. But the police decided to harass a 14-year-old, which now I'm to the point now, y'all. If I hear disorderly conduct or obstruction of justice, it's automatically a bullshit fucking charge in my mind. Because I've seen too many videos where they make that shit up. They will use obstruction and disorderly like it's like passing out fucking candy, man. You know, they will use that shit because the Supreme Court gave them the power to use that shit with their fucking Terry stops and their fucking Pennsylvania versus Mims bullshit. So they will use that. So anytime I hear obstruction or disorderly, it automatically, in my mind, they didn't do shit. The pig was being a pig. All right, that's just the way I feel about it. He made it a national holiday. Well, fucking good for Joe, by God. What's that guy doing? Can we get him back? I'll take Joe back at this point. Anybody disagree with that? I'll take Joe back right now. Right fucking now, bro. Hair sniffing and all. I'll take Joe back right now. All right, back to the video with Indisputable with Dr. Rashad. Love this guy, y'all. Check him out.
Doesn't this seem a bit aggressive for a celebration? Maybe because it's a Juneteenth celebration. Maybe because there's a celebration of blackness happening. There's more. So Sierra Raymond, who spoke to 19 News off camera, said she was also facing charges in connection with the incident, but believes what happened in the town square went way too far. Quote, putting your knee on someone's neck. I mean, did we not learn from George Floyd? It's not okay. And that's a grown man. Come on, the spinal cord of a little girl cannot be much stronger. Raymond said, I'm a trusted adult, so that's why it was second nature for me to go to this child's aid. You know, she makes an interesting comment. She says, because she's a responsible adult, and I agree.
And I mean, you keep, oh my God, I'm speechless, man, watching this shit, because I get so mad, guys. I trip over my words because I get so pissed off watching these things. But oh my God, what was I about to talk about? Yeah, the knee on the back of this 15-year-old girl's neck. Okay, that's how George Floyd died. A grown-ass man died because a grown-ass man had his knee on the back of his neck. And now, years later, we have a grown-ass man with his knee on the back of a 15-year-old girl's neck in a public park celebrating Juneteenth. And so far, all he's got is administrative leave so far. I'm going to back him up 5 seconds.
You know, she makes an interesting comment. She says because she's a responsible adult, and I agree with her. I agree that Mr. Marcus was a responsible adult trying to actually de-escalate the situation, which ironically, the police were called to do just that, but did not. So the responsible adults did the responsible thing and engaged with their humanity. So the irresponsible adults, in my opinion, are the cops who decided to harass and to be heartless and to be inhumane to children. There's more. The 15-year-old girl was taken to the Lorain County Juvenile Detention Center and charged with harassment, obstruction, resisting arrest, criminal mischief, and disorderly conduct. It's a damn shame. Put up the picture of the chief, full mask. So that's your police chief. His name is James Welsh. James acknowledged concerns around the videos. Quote, the officer took a top-mounted position and applied pressure with his shin to the upper neck and back area of the juvenile to prevent her from rolling over while she was being handcuffed. This was on Facebook. I have concerns regarding the officer's actions. That's what he says. I have concerns. He is so concerned that he gifted his employee a paid vacation. The officer was placed on administrative leave with pay pending the completion.
Paid fucking vacation, y'all. Not even unpaid leave until the investigation's over. This motherfucker is on paid vacation while this investigation goes on. Okay. Just make sure everybody caught that. Fuck, man. Right, Chris? Yep, where's the love, baby? If anybody wants to come up this time, I will have to try to send you the thing through Messenger. I don't want no weirdos popping up in my fucking basement like I did last time. All right, back to it.
Administrative leave with pay pending the completion of an administration or administrative investigation. Attorney Alex Bodyford represents Mr. Marcus, okay? And the 15-year-old in the case. In an interview with Atlanta Black Star, he said, quote, something that bothers me about it is the fact that the officer is still getting paid. The attorney said, in my eyes, they're giving this guy paid vacation. He's probably in Disney World as we speak, end quote. Bodyford also clarified that the officer who ran up and slammed his knee on the teenager is on leave, not the officer who mounted her. Quote, I believe that there should be a policy that bans this type of thing, especially after what happened with George Floyd. This young lady is 15 years old. She may have been cutting up a bit, but that amount of force the police used on her was not proportional, end quote, he added. Bodyford also told Atlanta Black Star that Dowdle, his own client, was just a passerby when he intervened to help the teenager. Quote,
I got a question, y'all, and I don't know if anybody here can answer. I need Alvin back in here at the moment. I was kind of hoping Alvin would come back in. He was in here earlier, but we was having technical difficulties. But my question is, this is why I need an attorney or somebody with law. I could have swore that police weren't allowed to do shit to underage, anyone underage, without a parent present. Am I wrong about that? Does anybody else agree? Don't you remember something like that? There's Alvin. Hey, brother, what about that? Am I right about that? I mean, I don't know, man. How am I trying to word this here? Okay, the cops showed up in Ohio at a Juneteenth celebration, and supposedly there was a 14-year-old God damn it. Not obstruction of justice, but the other one. What was it?
Disorderly conduct.
Disorderly conduct. Said he was committing disorderly conduct, blah, blah, blah. So they start fucking with the 14-year-old. And the 15-year-old sister says, hey, that's my brother. You know, don't be grabbing on my brother. What the hell? And then they tell the 15-year-old, normal cop shit, calm down, blah, blah, blah. I don't care. I mean, they literally said, I don't care when she said, that's my brother. But, eventually they end up tackling her to the ground, putting his knee on the back of her neck, a 15-year-old girl, 15-year-old child, puts his knee on the back of her neck while they place her in handcuffs. 2 adults try to intervene because they're seeing what's happening, okay? They watched George Floyd die in the same position, okay? So 2 adults try to step in to stop them from abusing a child that they already have in cuffs, or, she's fucking detained. And those 2 people get handcuffed and threatened with tasers and arrested, you know what I mean? But isn't a parent? Yeah, they are supposed to have a parent no matter what. Okay, that's what I need clarification on. I appreciate you. Because I've seen a lot of these. If I can find another one while we're still alive, I'm probably going to show it. I can't remember where it's at now, but this just happened. June 4th, how old was he? 16?
Yeah.
June 4th, 16-year-old black kid walking down the street. He sees a cop. He doesn't want nothing to do with the cop. He doesn't want to be around the cop, so he turns to go a different direction. Boom. Suspect. He's suspicious. The cops chase him down, fucking corner him up in the yard. He didn't run from him. They chased him down because he wasn't coming to talk to him. So they chase him down, follow him up into a yard, say they just want to talk to him, but then they try to grab a hold of him. When they try to grab a hold of him, he moves away. He does not run, still does not run. He backs up like, bro, what, because they had no reason to grab him. Bam, he's on the fucking ground in handcuffs. Nothing on him. No crime's been committed. He's not carrying anything illegal. He gets released. 10 days later, he's walking down the sidewalk again. On his way home, bam, you look fucking suspect because he was grabbing at his waistline, they said. So he looks suspect. So they fucking stop him on the sidewalk again. Bam, slam him down, handcuffs, nothing on him. Again, 10 fucking days apart, bro. A 16-year-old kid that was walking while black got slammed on the fucking ground, put in handcuffs, and then released because he hadn't done nothing in the first fucking place. And I know a lot of people keep saying, man, and you've said this yourself, that's what the courts are for. That's what the courts are for. The courts ain't going to fix his PTSD from thinking he's going to get slammed to the ground every time he sees a fucking cop. Them getting a $4, $5, $10 million fucking settlement isn't going to fix the fucking problem. That's not going to fix that child. And that's not going to fix the fact that there's cops riding around the streets doing this shit on a daily basis. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, law and being above the law are 2 different things. You got that right, Chris. Yeah, that's what I thought. I appreciate you, man. Honest answer. That's what I needed to know, because it seems like they're not doing that anymore, man. It seems like they're doing what they want to do because they know they're protected by that qualified immunity. They know 90% of the time they're not. If they get anything, it's going to be a slap on the wrist, probation, resign and go somewhere else, whatever. You know what I'm saying? All right, back to this video. I apologize, y'all, for the long delay there.
I believe that the community should rally around him. Bodiford said, I'm sure he has a family that loves him. He put himself in jeopardy. He really did something selfless. And that is correct. And that's how we see it. In one point of disagreement, attorney, and bless you for what you do, I don't think the young lady was cutting up at all. I think she was being quite responsive and naturally responsive to her brother being wrongfully detained, and wanted to provide the proper advocacy for her family member because irresponsible adults are seemingly in control. What up? This is your man, Dr. Rashad Richey. Always good to be with you. Listen, there's a lot going on in this world. I mean, people are losing their damn minds, but you're not. Let's keep the momentum going. We must remain resistant to the insanity that's happening around us. How do we do that? We keep each other informed, we keep each other encouraged, and we say something when it needs to be said. I have no problem doing that because you are my boss. You are. We work in this together. Here's what you can do to make sure we continue to make the impact in your local community. Number one, I want you to consider tapping that like button and even leaving a message. Number two, subscribe to the channel. Number three.
I hate to cut off the end of his awesome outro there, but I am going to share his link, and I do encourage people to follow this guy, check him out at least. Even if you don't want to subscribe right off the rip, check him out. Just got booted. So I guess that was perfect timing. Stop the video. Booted me out. But yeah, there's two stories so far, man. And I showed the first one, Chris, the one I was trying to play earlier. I agree with you there, but sometimes you see it, sometimes the videos 14, 50-year-olds can. We just think, oh yeah, absolutely. And some of them can be as big as full-grown fucking man. I'm not going to dispute you there, bro. I know how big I was at 15. You know, if they would have sent the cops after me at 15, they would have came 3-4 deep. You know what I mean? Because that's what they did as an adult. They sent more. They always sent more than one. You know what I mean? But I mean, these things are just self-explanatory, man. I don't try to spread anything that I don't truly in my fucking heart believe wasn't wrong. You know what I'm saying? If there was anything done to initiate the stop in the first place, I'm not going to defend it. I'm not going to defend it, you know, because, you know, then it's a lawful stop. You know, that's what I'm trying to say here, man. I'm not fucking anti-police, bro. I'm not. I've had shitty run-ins with cops. I've had friendly run-ins with cops. I've met cops that would help you out and didn't ask nothing from you. I've met cops that would help you out if you did them a favor. You know what I mean? So I'm not fucking anti-police, bro. I'm not stupid. I know we need protection. That's my problem, is when they stop protecting and they just turn into a literal fucking tyrant that fucking harasses people because of the color of their skin or because they fucked with them before so they know they can, you know, and this fucking, I smell marijuana shit, dude. Oh my God. Every fucking traffic stop, every one of these videos, there's a traffic stop. I smell marijuana. Y'all been smoking? I smell marijuana. I'm going to need you to step out of the car. I smell marijuana. And you know what they find every time? Absolutely nothing. Absolutely nothing. Yeah, I understand that too, Alvin. I understand that. Some people say we want to grow up. And yeah. I know adulting sucks. Absolutely. But it's also self-explanatory, man. When this shit keeps happening, people keep getting assaulted, arrested, tased, slammed face first on the fucking ground, and then all charges are dismissed. Why is that? That happens because there was no crime committed, but they made up a ARS, right? I can call it ARS. Everybody here understand that? Articulable reasonable suspicion, or reasonable RAS. My bad, I had it backwards. RAS, right? RAS, RAS, reasonable articulable suspicion. That used to actually mean something. But thanks to the fucking shitty work of the Supreme Court, thank you, Chris. Love you, brother. But thanks to our just absolute shit Supreme Court passing laws like Terry v. Ohio, Pennsylvania versus Mims, it gives the cops the fucking leadway, the ability to make up anything they want for probable cause. Anything they want. They can say your lights out when it's not. You got a tail light out. You know you don't. You got a fucking license plate out. Dude, I've watched like 20 videos now where they were pulled over for license plate light not working. And then at the end of the traffic stop, dude got out, and guess what was working? The fucking license plate light. You know, it's like, dude, it's crazy. And I know it's not all cops, man. I know it's not all cops. I mean, bro, I ain't gonna lie, man. They're starting to make me feel that way. I'm not gonna lie, but I still feel like it's really not. I want to believe in my heart that all cops aren't like this. But the only way I'm going to know this for sure is if the good guys start standing up for the fucking rights of the people. We do still have freedom. You know what I'm saying? Even if a man has a fucking warrant, okay? If you're not driving down the fucking road and you got a printout right there in your fucking car, right there in your hand, you got a picture of this motherfucker right there in your hand that says he has a fucking warrant to arrest on the spot right fucking now. If you got that, get that son of a bitch. Get him, boys. Get him. But if you don't have the fucking warrant in your hand, but this dude's walking down the street in 50-degree weather with his hands in his pockets, I'm going to stop him and see if he got any warrants. That's bullshit, bro. That's the bullshit. That's not free. That is not freedom in any way, shape, or fucking form. Now, if that dude that has a warrant, he's dumb enough to fucking try to fucking steal a fucking Pepsi from the fucking gas station, and he gets caught, and then, oh, boom, son, you just shoplifted. You just fucked up. I'm going to need your ID. I don't, you catch him, he takes off, he commits a fucking driving infraction. He runs a stoplight, runs a red light, fails to use a turn signal. He doesn't put a seatbelt on. Get him. You know what I'm saying? But stopping people because of the color of their skin or the tattoos they got or the clothes they're fucking wearing, and some of these times they don't even listen to the fucking description. The description will say a fucking white man in his fucking 30s wearing a fucking blue jeans and a black shirt. They'll stop a black man that's 6'2" in a fucking green hoodie. It's like, what? You know? And the wrong addresses, bro. The wrong addresses that have been hit by SWAT teams, and they refuse to pay for the fucking damages. Dude, there's people been fighting for this shit for 12 years to get the shit paid for because the police busted their door in when they were supposed to be next door. You know, dude, the whole system is so fucking corrupt and twisted and filled with bullshit from the top to the bottom, dude. There's no way to fix it except fire everybody and start over. That's the only way to fix it. Fire everybody, dude. The fucking Supreme Court, fucking presidents, fucking Congress, Senate, fucking everybody, dude. Mike DeWine, you're first, bro. Bye-bye. You know what I'm saying? That's what we need to do. Fire everybody. And we vote for who the fuck we want to vote for, man. Because you know what? I'm pretty fucking sure. Well, I can't say that either, man. I started to say if we had a real fucking free vote, where whoever got the most votes became the president of the United States, no matter who the fuck they were, no matter what their fucking background was, I'd say we'd have a chance. But we wouldn't. Because the billionaires would still go out of their way and they would pay anybody that would accept the fucking bribe to vote for who they want them to vote for. You know what I'm saying? So it still wouldn't matter. Money and power would still rule the fucking world. Right, bro. Oh my God, man. I just watched one today, dude. There was 2 trucks traveling together, right? Two employees working for the same company, heading to the same destination. The front truck gets pulled over. Okay, he gets pulled over. The guy who's traveling with him's like, all right, well, he's stopping, I gotta stop. So he pulls off behind the cruiser. The cop fucking comes out, no, you gotta pull up in front. You gotta pull up in front. He's like, no, I'm fine here, man. You're not pulling me over. I'm fine here. I can record from right here. Cop just keeps insisting. No, you got to pull up. You got to do what I tell you. He's like, bro, you're not pulling me over. You're pulling him over. We're traveling together. I'm sitting here waiting for him to done. Bam. I need your license registration. Why? Because this is a traffic stop. You were doing 85 in a 70. And dude's like, I was not doing, or no, he said he was doing 87. He said his buddy was doing 87. The dude pulled over. He said, so means you were doing 87. He said, I wasn't doing 87. I got the cruise control on. He's like, yeah, you were doing 85 in a 70. So he's writing him a ticket anyway, even though he pulled over the front truck. And then this guy comes up, from down the road, pulls in behind him. Either one, the cop was just pissed off because he parked back there and he wouldn't obey him to move up front or whatever. Or 2, it's because he was filming, which a lot of these cops don't like being fucking recorded because, and they're supposed to get in trouble for muting their body cameras, but this shit's happening all day, every fucking day. They're muting their fucking body camera left and right to have their little secret conversations about what the fuck they want to do, what kind of charges they want to make up on this guy, because they're butthurt about what he said, because he said he exercised his Fifth Amendment or his First Amendment or whatever, and they don't like that. So they'll mute their camera and be like, all right, man, what are we going to do with this guy? We got to come up with something. We can't just let him go now. He done pissed me off. One of my favorite reactors on here right now, we the people, you. And that's what he calls it. He is a former cop. He calls it PO. Don't piss off the police. If you piss off the police, they will retaliate. You know what I mean? And dude, it's so fucking obvious, the shit that they do, man. All right, Chris. Thank you, brother. Yeah, they don't have to show you the fucking, they don't have to show you what the gun said, your speed thingy in your car, whatever it's called. They don't have to show you none of that shit. There's this reckless Ben thing going on. I don't know if anybody's watched any of this yet. Over some Legos, dude. It's fucking huge on the internet right now. But there's like 2 or 3 videos of them getting pulled over when the dash cam of the cruiser showing that they stopped at the stop sign and they get pulled over for running a stop sign. You know what I mean? It's fucking ridiculous, dude. Dude, that whole place is fucking corrupt up there. It seems like it's American Fort, Utah, y'all. And it's so bad, a couple of the reactors that are reacting to it are calling it a police department. It's fucking crazy. But y'all, this shit's happening every day, man. I mean, I'm not just, randomly finding weird shit and AI shit to talk about. This is real life shit that's fucking happening every fucking day.
Okay. But an unnamed Ohio police officer.
And that too, the unnamed Ohio police officer, they won't even release his fucking name. The one that's on paid administrative leave right now. They don't even want to tell us who the fuck he is. And that should be illegal too. How is that not illegal? That should be just as illegal as turning off your fucking body cam or muting your body cam. Yeah. Another thing happened on Juneteenth. I can't remember if it was this year or not. I watch a lot of videos sometimes. But a woman traveled from Michigan to Florida to celebrate Juneteenth. Big celebration down there. And the day before Juneteenth, she was found hanging from a tree. And that's, come on, man. And they ruled it the self-done. But there's just no way, man. And there's no way that thing should be closed case already. Just the short video I watched about it, dude. There's too much to. What I can't believe is the amount of who say they don't have driver's license. And you know, I don't have a driver's license, but you ain't never seen me drive either. Ain't nobody seen me drive in a long fucking time. I've never had a driver's license. But, you know, I looked up that right to travel shit, man. And you know, the fucking, the forefathers, the original boys, they gave us right to travel no matter what, but there was no motor vehicles. But 9 years after Ford dropped the Model T, 9 years later, after the Model T dropped, that's when they decided we had to have a driver's license and this and that. And then it was within my lifetime that they passed the law that you had to have the insurance, which I understand the insurance when you are the one accountable. But what causes the need for insurance is the ridiculous prices to begin with. You know what I'm saying? And this isn't a car, okay? But I got the letter today on how much my these two teeth. I got these two teeth pulled. My insurance covered it, okay? I got the insurance through the state, whatever the fuck you want to call it, all right? It covered it. But my question is, find the right fucking papers here. Damn. What do I do with it? Well, hell, I can't find it now. Whatever. Fuck, you remember how much it was?
What?
How much it said it cost to pull them two T's, man?
Oh,
Wasn't it fucking, it was in thousands.
2,000, 3,000, something
I
like
think it was like 3,400. I can't find the paper right now. I would show y'all. I don't know what I did with it, but it was just, I mean, ridiculous, man. You know, getting two teeth pulled didn't cost $4,000. And if getting your fucking transmission changed didn't cost $4,000. And if a one fucking tire didn't cost $200, and then another $25 to fucking put it on and balance it for you. If shit didn't cost that much, then people wouldn't have to pay outrageous prices for insurance. And even then, even with everything the way it is now, insurance, dude, everybody knows insurance is the biggest scam in America right now. They are making so much fucking money off of people. It is absolutely ridiculous. And then trying to deny every claim that comes through. You know what I mean? The insurance may be the one thing on this planet more crooked than the government, but I don't know. Maybe it's a tie, but I don't think anybody's worse than the government. But yeah, they're up there. Insurance is definitely up there, man. Along with the IRS, man. Did you know that the IRS, when the IRS was created in 18 something, for the Civil War, for one of the wars, okay, when they started the IRS, it was voluntary. It was optional to pay taxes, pay the IRS your money. It was optional. And it was to help fund the war or whatever was happening, right? But then in 1908, I believe it was 1908 or 1909, that's when they decided to write in the 16th Amendment. What the 16th Amendment did was gave the Congress the power to tax us anytime, any place, for any amount, on anything that they wanted to. That wasn't part of the original deal. Just like the driver's license was not part of the original deal. Now, I agree people should have to pass a test to show that they are capable of driving, okay? I agree with that. But I also think that should be fucking free. We pay enough tax money to all the other fucking government-funded and tax-funded bullshit. You know what I mean? They're getting plenty of money. The DMV is getting plenty of money from people that we should be able to take the fucking test for free. Driver's license should be free. You know what I'm saying? And insurance should be a hell of a lot fucking cheaper. But no, I don't agree with the driver's license. Not that you have to have a driver's license. I'm not against that. I'm against the fact of how much money and shit you have to go through to obtain those driver's licenses. You know what I'm saying? The government makes enough money off of us. There should be cars already waiting, legal cars already waiting. You take your pick, which one you want to fucking drive. You get in it with a fucking and pass the written test by all means. All right, I'm not trying to skip that either. Pass the written test. Pick the car. Get the instructor or whatever the fuck the dudes are called that ride around with you for your driving test, and you drive around. If you can't drive, you don't get your license. If you can drive, you leave there with your driver's license. You know what I'm saying? That's just, I mean, why isn't it that way? They make so much fucking money off of us. There's no reason we should be $15 trillion, $30 trillion, whatever the fuck it is, in debt right now. There's no reason for that. Property tax alone would wipe out the fucking national debt. Just the property tax would wipe out national debt. You know? But yet the national debt just keeps growing. So where's the fucking money, Lebowski? All these unlawful and lawful traffic stops, whether the person committed a crime or not, when they get a ticket and they pay that fucking ticket, whether they're guilty or not, that's not even relevant in this particular point. Because any person that gets a citation or a ticket of any kind and they don't have time to go to court or they don't feel like going to court and fucking with it, they just go and they pay the fine. That's trillions of dollars more getting dumped back into the government, getting what I call extorted from us, especially when it's a bullshit stop. When no crime was committed and they do this shit, that's complete 100% extortion in my opinion. You know what I mean? But dude, there's too much fucking money for this fucking national debt shit to even exist. There's too much money for healthcare not to be free for everybody like it is in fucking Canada. There's too much money for people to have to pay for a driver's license. And like I just said, I am not against taking the test to proving you can still drive. And you can do that every 4 years, but it should still be free. We pay these motherfuckers enough money, man. You know what I'm saying? There's a lot of shit we shouldn't have to pay for no more that we fucking do. And we just keep paying for it like it's the fucking norm, you know? What up, Rhino? Yeah, but see, that's what I was just talking about earlier, Alvin, where you said that would give the cops the right. Okay, you know what? I can't believe in the amount of drivers who say they don't have driver's right. And now that would give the police a right to ask you out of the car. Correct. But if all you had to do was like I just said, was pass the test and you got your license, then you wouldn't be pulling over nobody with no driver's license unless it was a suspended license, which some people get their license suspended for fucking child support. Bro, make that make sense. Make that fucking make sense, especially if the man's working, because child support has the power to garnish your fucking wages. Okay. So just because his job, you can't garnish over 70% or whatever the fuck it is of his check, and that's not enough to make the baby mama happy. So you're going to suspend this motherfucker's license because he can't pay his full child support, or put him in jail so he loses his fucking job. You know what I mean? It's like, bro, make that make sense, man. You know what I mean? And I'm not trying to get off any topic, dude. It's just there's so much that needs to be talked about. There's so much that it doesn't need to be talked about anymore. It's been talked about. It needs fucking changed. You know what I'm saying? The fucking Constitution needs to be reread, not rewritten. It needs to be reread. Okay. Maybe the 16th Amendment needs fucking wiped out. Maybe we do need to just throw that in the scrap. I'll have no problem with that. I can't remember the rest of them. I just remember the important ones, you know, 1, 2, 4, 5. But those are the ones that keep getting violated on a constant basis. There's a rhino sitting. What? Dentist post price because they know the government insurance will swindle them. Oh, yeah, yeah. You know, I've actually talked to, and I hope they don't give it for fucking that false information shit they like to do. What up, Spider Baby? But I've actually talked to doctors and asked them why there's so many places that won't accept my insurance, CareSource. And dude, they were open about it. The ones that accept the CareSource, they told me a lot of doctors and dentists won't take it because it takes forever to get their money, for one, and they usually end up getting like a third of what they actually fucking charge. So yeah, you're absolutely 100% fucking dead on that, Alvin. 100%. I've talked to probably 6 different doctors and dentists, and they all told me the same exact fucking thing you just said, bro. Because our insurance doesn't want to pay the full amount. They're like, oh, come on now. Which, you know, if it is $4,000 to get 2 teeth pulled out, I mean, that is kind of fucking crazy. But maybe they do that so they'll at least get, you know, 1,000, 1,400, 1,500, you know, which I'm sure it's 100% worth that. I mean, the pain being out of my face is worth that. You know, once they get these motherfuckers out, it's going to be worth that too. I couldn't pay it though. If that was the actual legit price and I didn't have the insurance, there's no fucking way, man. There's no way. Who the fuck could pay that that's not a fucking millionaire? You know what I'm saying? And if you'd wash a load of laundry, hell yeah, did you get mine too? Yeah, you're probably dead. You're probably dead on that, Alvin. Probably 100%, because I have talked to them myself, and that's exactly what they told me. They said it takes forever for them to get their shit. And when they do, it's usually a third of what it's supposed to be. Yep. I bet you're absolutely right there, man. So in that case, for now, y'all, I take back everything I said about the dentist bill earlier. So, because that makes perfect fucking sense. Nobody said I could throw them. Well, that ain't right. That don't help me out, does it? That's fucked up. Gonna wash your work clothes. Ain't gonna wash me no shorts. Damn it, man. You already covered this one. Oh, fuck. Here we go again. Getting booty. Oh, it might not beat me this time. I bet it does, though. Yep, there it went. Ain't booted me up here yet, but it's booted me back here. Come on, man. Start working again. Oh, shit. At least I got through the first playlist in case everything else fucks up from here out. Right. Right, Spider Baby. I don't know, though, man. I mean, you might get away with it. Might get away with it. Some people can get away with wearing dirty clothes and put a little extra perfume on, a little extra axe over top of it, you know what I mean? As long as they're still pretty, people are like, I don't care if she wearing a dirty shirt. Look at that ass. Just saying. Some people can get away with that shit. Now, me and Maria, we went to a KFC in fucking Louisville, Kentucky. We was putting in applications all up and down Dixie Highway. And we went into this KFC, and the manager come out to bring me fucking application. And, dude, she was nasty. Dude, I mean, fucking nasty. Covered in fucking grease from head to toe, fucking flour in her fucking hair all fucked up, looked like she just got a train ran on her in the office or something. And I was like, nah, I just dropped that fucking application in the trash can when I walked out the door. That's the only place we fucking put one in. Oh, thank you.
Right now in Stevens County.
God damn it. Thought it paused. Did it pause? I don't know if it's paused or not. You can't make up the spot. Yeah, it's paused. All right. Medicare. Yeah, we don't have Medicare. They won't give us Medicare. We got Medicaid. Hospital bill, it shows what the hospital charges, then it shows what Medicare will pay, which is a far less than what the hospital wants. Then Medicare pays 80%, you pay 20%. Okay. So that's why a lot of these places tell us they'll help us out, which she gets calls all the time. Then they'll be like, do you have Medicare and Medicaid? Because if you have both, then you can get all your shit covered. And you can get fucking a card with cash, extra cash every month for groceries and stuff. But if you don't have both, you can't get it. And since we have Medicare, we have Medicaid, but not Medicare, then we can't get it. Yes. Yeah, some of that shit. But one unavailable video is hit. What the hell's that all about? Yes. All right, y'all. I'm going to warn you ahead of time. If you have a dog, you love your dog, this one's going to bug you. Actually, I think he tells you the same thing. Here's the deal, y'all. His link will also be in the description after the live ends. I will come back and put all the links in the description, anybody I used, except the news places. You can figure that out for yourself. But, all right.
Hey, welcome back to the channel. If you are an animal lover and you don't want your blood pressure to take a rocket ship to the moon, this might not be the video for you, because we're going to go over something that just happened this past May 4th, 2026, in the backyard of a homeowner by cops who didn't have a warrant. And before we go over this, I just want to ask you this question. If you entered onto police property, walked into one of their gates, took out a gun, and when a canine was running at you, shot that canine, what do you think would happen to you? Or maybe, you opened the door of a patrol vehicle that was unlocked and you pointed a gun at a canine and you offed a canine. What do you think the police department would do to you? What do you think the district?
Can you answer that question for us, Alvin? Can you answer what would happen in that situation? Because I'm pretty sure what would happen to us for doing that to a canine would be a lot worse than what's going to happen to this cop. Yeah, I believe it, Spider Baby.
Attorney would do to you. What do you think, the general perception of you as a person would be if you did something like that to an animal? Now, what do you think would happen or will happen to this unnamed deputy for the San Bernardino Sheriff's Office after doing just that to a home?
Yeah, once again, unnamed. They don't want to release the name of the officer. And every interview, whatever, police chief, they just keep saying the officer, the officer, the officer. They don't want to fucking say his name. And that's crazy to me.
Homeowner. I'm going to go over this story. We're going to go over some information on it, and I'm going to leave you with what you think we should do about this in regard to, making this homeowner whole, because it doesn't look like.
Exactly, Spider Baby. They were protecting their fucking property. What dogs are supposed to do. They protect their fucking yard. That's what they do. 100%. That's what's happening right fucking here. This is exactly what you're going to see happen here. Dog is protecting its yard. And I still don't think the dog was attacking it, but I'll let you guys judge that. But either way, they didn't have a fucking warrant. They had an anonymous call that a stolen vehicle was on this property. They came, they looked, they seen the one dog, they went away, they come back, and you'll see what happens. Like I said, here's the deal. Once again, love this guy. Link will also be in the description. I encourage everybody to check him out too.
The San Bernardino Police Department is interested in doing anything about it. We're going to go over their Facebook page and see what they say or don't say about this situation. We're going to take it from the top.
Well, new at 4 o'clock, a family is distraught after they say a San Bernardino County Sheriff's deputy entered their backyard without a warrant and killed one of their dogs. It was caught on video.
The family says the children are now scared, and Inland Empire Bureau Chief Rob McMillan has the video and a response from the department.
Yeah, it's been very hard on the family, especially on my 2 boys.
A San Bernardino homeowner heartbroken after he says a San Bernardino County Sheriff's deputy enters his backyard without.
Put a 1 in the room if you've heard about this story. This happened on May 4th, and I just heard about it yesterday. And thank you to those who reached out to me through Facebook and through YouTube. Letting me know about this, because I was completely unaware of this.
A warrant and kills one of his dogs, a Rottweiler called Daisy. We paused the video because it's difficult to watch.
Yeah, look at this. Look at that freeze frame right there. Daisy wasn't even coming up to him in an aggressive manner. And even if Daisy was doing that, it's her property. That's what dogs do. They protect their property.
It's heartbreaking. She was not just a pet. She was a part of the family.
Hey,
look at this little, oh my gosh. This really makes me mad, guys.
Hola, Dylan. Yeah, it gets worse, man. It gets worse, dude. I'm just warning y'all.
If there's anything that sends my blood pressure sky high, it's this kind of thing.
Sue Cerna speaking out alongside attorney Tim Scott at a news conference this morning in Riverside.
My kids are scared to be there, I could say. They don't know what's going to happen. They don't know if they're going to come around again.
It appears, based on everything we know, that they just let themselves into a backyard with no warrant, no emergency, in clear violation of decades of constitutional law.
So why were deputies there in the first place?
Apparently there was either a report of a stolen car, or they saw a stolen car that was in the neighborhood, that was nearby the home, but wasn't on the premises. And so we're truly at a loss.
It happened on May 4th in unincorporated San Bernardino. Surveillance video showing deputies walking up the driveway, then looking into the backyard, where they can see Cerna's other dog, Raven. They then leave, but then 2 minutes later, one of them comes back. And
if none of this was recorded, then according to the San Bernardino Sheriff's Department.
Yeah, he asked some great questions in this video, y'all, because they obviously had 360 cameras on their house, because you can see the camera following them through up the sidewalk and everything. So they had 360 security cameras. If they wouldn't have had those cameras, if they wouldn't have had any cameras out there, what would they even known what happened? Would they would just come home and their dog was gone? And you'll see why I say that. Would they even been told if they didn't have these cameras to caught what happened? This whole fucking situation is sick.
It wouldn't have happened. If none of this was recorded, none of us would know about it. The cops would lie. The people would believe the lie of the cops.
Enters the yard.
And the homeowner would probably be investigated for shooting his own dog.
They then leave, but then 2 minutes later, one of them comes back and enters the yard. Their attorneys saying they have yet to file a claim or a lawsuit.
It's one of the things that we're most interested in finding out is why in the world they thought that it was okay or lawful to go into the backyard.
The San Bernardino County Sheriff's Department confirms that the deputy did not have a search warrant. They say he entered the property because a stolen vehicle had been reported to be at that exact address. They say that deputy remains at work pending the outcome of an internal affairs investigation.
Did you get that? The deputy remains at work. Any news report or right?
Yeah, this dude ain't even on paid vacation. He's still at work, knowing he didn't have a warrant to enter this fucking yard, but he entered not only the curtilage of the house. When he walked up the driveway, he was already within the curtilage of the house. When he opened that gate, he crossed the threshold. Whether it's inside the house or outside the house, when he opened that private fucking fence and walked in, he crossed the threshold without a fucking warrant.
Up that I've seen on this situation, they call this person the deputy, and the deputy is at work. The deputy didn't lose his job. He's still being paid very handsomely after doing what he did. And it's not just that one deputy. RJ says we can't touch a police dog, but police can kill a dog protecting the property after police trespass on it. Yeah. It's not just that they offed that dog. It's that every cop that showed up showed no empathy or compassion, zero. And they've got it all on camera. Let me show you this Instagram right here. There's a couple of news stories that different people have done on it. I think this guy's independent.
Answers after a San Bernardino County Sheriff's deputy walked into his backyard here and shot his dog.
They had no right to go to the backyard. They had no right to even step foot on the property.
The Sheriff's Department says that its deputy was in the area looking for a stolen vehicle that had no relation to the property or the property owner whatsoever. They say that its deputy was in the area looking for the stolen vehicle when he walked through the driveway here and into the backyard through this gate here. That's when he ran into the property owner's first dog, and then the second dog. That's when the deputy draws his weapon and then fires.
But I feared for my life. I thought I was going to die. I saw my life flash before my eyes. You can see that the dog is not even, the dog is alert. The dog looks concerned that there's somebody in his neck of the woods that shouldn't be there. And so Daisy is doing what dogs do. They protect their own. And it's not just that he shot. And it's not just that he killed this dog. This dog, according to reports, suffered for 20 minutes. They didn't try to render aid. And then at the end of it, they just picked Daisy up like she was a piece of trash and threw her into an animal.
Yeah, the same thing they're doing to a lot of humans now after they shoot them, whether they actually see a gun or not. And they're just letting them lay there and bleed out instead of trying to save their fucking life. And that's what they do to this dog, and you'll see it.
Control vehicle.
Fires it and hits the dog, killing.
By the way, thank you, user Chevnova63 for that. And there's Jay Lobo again. Look at this. Another 50. This is like the 4th or 5th live stream in a row where Jay Lobo has gifted people in this room 50 Here's the Deal memberships. So if you become the recipient of one of those, give Jay Lobo a shout out. Thank you, Jay. I really appreciate that, man.
It seems like the officer didn't have any proper training, to be honest, on how to handle their situation.
Right now, it's unclear if this deputy shooting the dog was accidental or not. After that first dog was shot, the property owner's second dog then got out and was running onto the street. Sheriff's Department had to call animal control to come get it, then took it to a shelter. The homeowner says he had to pay over $200 to get his second dog out.
Insult to...
Yeah, exactly what he's about to say. Insult to fucking injury, dude. On top of illegally entering the property, killing their dog, they let the other dog escape, captured it, took it to the pound, and then dude had to pay over $200 to get his German Shepherd back from the fucking pound after they killed his Rottweiler. Just to add insult to injury. But you ain't even seen the rest of the cover-up yet. You ain't seen the rest of it.
Injury. Not only did they
Road Warrior, thank you, brother.
end the life of Daisy,
that's fucking awesome.
their second beloved pet got out because they left the gate open, and then they had to pay $200 to the same county that just basically terrorized them just to get his dog out.
The dog's owner now wants answers from the sheriff's department as to why its deputy decided to go into the backyard and shoot his dog.
It hurt my family in a very emotional way. I don't know. It's hard. You can't undo 5 years of a loyal pet like that.
I don't know what that end was. It looked like the other dog may be missing the other dog. I mean, we saw that on what was that 1970s movie? Was it? It wasn't Old Yeller. It was something. Oh, Where the Red Fern Grows.
Where the Red Fern Grows.
One of the dogs died, and the other dog wouldn't eat because that was his companion all of his life, and he saw no reason to go on, so it wouldn't eat, wouldn't drink, and it ended up dying because of grief. I'm sure that kind of stuff happens. Now here, I'm going to play this right here. There's no sound on it, and it's from far away. It looks like somebody videoing a video, but it actually shows everything. There's Daisy running off after the shot is fired. Here are law enforcement agents coming in to investigate. And I want to show you where Daisy goes. Daisy just goes by herself, goes off by herself, and she's just kind of kicking and writhing. And in the words of Tim Scott, who's the attorney who's representing this family, was bleeding out. Let's go to what Tim Scott says. This is the guy who's actually representing that family.
On May 4th of this year, Daisy, the family dog belonging to the Cerna family, was shot by a San Bernardino sheriff's deputy who was trespassing on private property. Here's what we know and what security video confirms. This sheriff's deputy, despite not having a warrant or any reason to be there under the law, entered an enclosed backyard, let himself.
You know what's fired, baby? That is something that every one of us that I've seen react to this has overlooked. You are 100% right. Where could you get a car into that backyard? It could have been in the garage, but it wouldn't have been in the backyard. It certainly wasn't in the back of the house. Yeah, you got a hell of a point there.
In and started just poking around. Before the deputy even went inside the gate, he saw that the dog was there, at least one dog, and he saw 2 dog houses. He knew, or should have known, that there were pets there on the property. What happened next was that Daisy came around the corner and started barking at the deputy. Daisy was just acting protective of her property, but didn't bite the deputy and didn't even try to. The deputy had plenty of time to back up and just shut the gate behind.
Man, thank God this is all on video, because could you imagine the story that the deputy who's still on the job would have concocted? Can you imagine the thin blue line of silence that would have been constructed to protect this deputy and his actions? Oh man, that dog, matter of fact, we didn't even go into the gate. That dog was aggressive. That dog jumped the gate and I had to do what I had to do. Can you imagine the lies they would come up with? Stay tuned, because we're going to go to the San Bernardino Facebook page to see how they address this situation.
Behind him, but instead he made a different choice. He drew his firearm and from the distance of not more than a foot, shot Daisy. Horrifically, Daisy did not pass right away. She ran off to the corner of the yard and laid there next to a fence, where for the next 20 minutes, she slowly passed away and bled out, while deputies continued to trespass on
Tennessee Transparency says always record the demons.
The premises, and spent that time looking for the shell casing that had been expended. The deputies didn't take Daisy and go lights and sirens to the vet or even put her out of her misery.
Why were they looking for the shell casing? So they could remove the evidence from inside the property?
They let her bleed out slowly while they were looking for the evidence of the that they had just undertaken. Then deputies took Daisy's body and carried her off like a sack of potatoes.
Look at that. Look at this. Just let this sink in. I don't think I can expand this, can I? Oh, yeah, I can. Look at this. Man, oh man, oh man. This, I could just feel my heart just racing.
And threw her in the back of an animal control vehicle, where Daisy was later destroyed and her remains taken away so that the family couldn't even recover those. Since then, the family has hired our civil rights law firm, and we've simply sought answers through public records requests and requests for the police report and information.
Now, see, I consider that solid proof that they were trying to cover the whole fucking thing up. And I don't think they had a clue that they were fucking being recorded. Because after he shot the dog, they let it lay there by the fence for 20 fucking minutes, bleed out, while a dozen officers, it looked like, was walking all over the backyard to find the shell case that he fired. And then they just carried the dog out by its feet, upside down, threw it in the back of an animal control truck, took it away, destroyed it, which means they probably put it in a fucking incinerator. And the remains were sent away. So they had, I don't think they had any fucking intentions of telling this family, hey, we came in, walked in your backyard, shot your dog. It laid over there and died. So, you know, I mean, was the people just supposed to come home, see blood trail through the fucking backyard? One dog was gone. The other dog was in the fucking pound. You know what I mean? I'm 100% with Brian, which is here's the deal on this one. I'm 100% with him that they would have made up some serious bullshit if this shit wouldn't have been on video. That they probably, I'm not even sure they would have made up the story. I think they just would have removed the shell casing, removed the dead dog, let the other dog escape like they already had, and wouldn't have told the family shit. Let the family find your other dog in the fucking pound, pay over $200 to get it back. I 100% believe that, man.
And we've gotten stonewalled and rebuffed at every turn. But the sheriff's department has done information, and we've gotten stonewalled public records requests at our civil rights law firm. And we've simply sought answers through public records requests and requests for the police report and information. And we've gotten stonewalled and rebuffed at every turn. What the sheriff's department has done instead is continue to send patrol cars to lurk on the other side of the street, to come up and knock on the door at the Cerna residence, and generally to harass the same people that they just got done victimizing.
And that is pretty much par for the course, isn't it? Initiation, escalation, retaliation, now harassment. And this next one, this is the same attorney who's representing the Daisy's owners.
The Los Angeles Police Department shot the family's golden doodle, a Knicks fan named Jameson, who was still wearing his jersey during the Knicks championship celebration. My name is Tim Scott. I'm a civil rights trial attorney, and my colleagues and I here at McKinsey Scott are the Justice for Daisy's attorney. We had the honor of representing the Cerna family out in San Bernardino, where a similarly horrific event just occurred in May of this year. Let me walk you through the legal landscape because it's the same one that's about to unfold in Justice for Daisy. What are Jamison's family's rights? Well, let's start at the front door. If the officers crossed into the home or even the area.
Yeah, look what Tashanta Spencer says there. I have 2 dogs and it scares me anytime the cops are around. We should all be very, very concerned anytime armed road pirates are around. Anytime the government shows up, something bad is about to go down. Just always record the police. It is your insurance policy. It's pretty bad that in this day and age, you got to walk around with multiple cameras just to have backup, just to get proper audio, just to make sure if they turn off one camera so they can do their dirty and evil and dark deeds, you got another one that you can rely on so you can continue recording them. Stay tuned. I want to give you just kind of a brief rap sheet of how bad the San Bernardino County Sheriff's Office is and how much money they've been paying out through settlements because of their criminality, their badged uniform criminality
around the home.
It's pretty eye-opening. I mean, I've seen some massive settlements, but I don't think I've ever seen settlements this massive, this consistent.
What we call the curtilage without a warrant. That's a Fourth Amendment violation from the moment it happens, unless one of a few narrow exceptions to the warrant rule applies.
This is very important right here.
The Supreme Court says that the home is first among equals when it comes to constitutional protections. And importantly, if the police gained entry into the home by banging on the door and saying, "Police, open the door," that is not a consensual encounter. That's actually a search under a case called Bautista that I litigated years ago when I was a federal public defender. So now here's the real move. Even if the dog shooting looked justified in that split second, the family can recover if it is the fruit or the natural consequence of an unlawful entry. The Ninth Circuit said exactly that last year. You don't get to create the danger and then hide behind the exigency of the situation that you as a law enforcement officer just created.
This attorney, Tim Scott, seems like a really, really bright dude and a good communicator.
Now, separately, killing a family dog is itself a seizure under the Fourth Amendment. When officers already know that the dog is there, but they don't have a plan for how to deal with it, then that can be unreasonable if the officers end up killing a dog just because they didn't have a plan for how to handle it.
And keep in mind, they're constantly unleashing their dogs on us, literally unleashing them and keeping the dog biting a guy who's still in handcuffs or on the ground in the submissive position. And if you grab that dog by the neck in fear for your life because he's ripping you from limb to limb and you somehow manage to end that dog's life, they would probably end your life. That's how strongly they feel about their dogs. But they're like, what's the big deal? A dog's dead when they kill your dog.
There's a case called Hell's Angels that says exactly that as well. So these are all federal claims, but California law adds on. There's a law called the Bain Act, which is a state civil rights statute that provides for triple the damages plus attorney's fees, and you don't have to deal with prospect of qualified immunity under the Bain Act. Importantly, in California, and this is true under federal law also, a dog is not just property. The damages aren't just the economic value of an animal. Here, the family could recover for the emotional trauma of losing that loved one, plus punitive damages if this was an intentional act, which perhaps it was. Does that roadmap sound detailed? Well,
give props to California for that, because most states, I think all other states actually, the dog is just considered property, which I think is absolutely fucked up. I 100% believe a dog should be considered a family member, and if it's killed in a situation like this, I don't see how it's not down as killing. You know, I don't care. I mean, I don't care if it's an animal, but you still fucking murdered something on its own property. You know what I mean? But I'm 100% against the fact that it's only considered property. But I think every other state, it's just considered property, and all you can sue for is the value of the animal, what you paid for the animal, which is absolutely fucking sick. But this dude's saying in California, it's a whole different ballgame. California, you can sue for emotional damage, and I think that's fucking awesome. So shout out to Cali for that.
it is, and that's because we're litigating this exact analysis for Daisy out in San Bernardino County.
So Richard says that he lives in San Bernardino County. He says, I'm afraid for my cat. I live in San Bernardino County. Let me give you some stats on San Bernardino County before I show you this next thing right here. By the way, there is a GoFundMe for Daisy, the dog, and I will leave that link. Matter of fact, I'll post that link right now in the chat for you if you want to take a look at it. There's the link for Daisy the dog. It's legal support. They say, I'll just give you a little bit of it. On May 4th, 2026, at approximately 11 a.m., deputies from the San Bernardino County Sheriff's Department entered my property without my permission. One deputy opened the back gate and entered my backyard. Upon entry, keep in mind, I'm reading this and I'm thinking about what the police report would be. I wonder what the police report was if they didn't know it was recorded, and I wonder what it would be if they were absolutely sure it wasn't recorded. Thankfully, in this case, we have the crime committed on camera by the badged law enforcers. Upon entry, the deputy observed my first dog near the gate entrance and continued walking further into the backyard. As the deputy proceeded, my second dog approached him. As my dog got closer, the deputy attempted to kick the dog. This is all accurate, according to what we just saw on the video camera evidence. Immediately after this action, the deputy drew his firearm and shot my dog, killing her. This entire incident was captured on my home security cameras. At approximately 1:30 p.m. the same day, I received a phone call from the San Bernardino County Sheriff's officer informing me of the incident. During the call, I asked why deputies were on my property without my consent. I was told that they were investigating a stolen vehicle that was parked next to my home. I informed the officer that I had no knowledge of the vehicle in question. Following the shooting, both of my dogs were removed from my property and taken to a shelter. The following day, I was required to pay to retrieve my surviving dog. I was later told that my dog had been taken because she was wandering the streets. Gosh, I wonder why she was wandering the streets, which is untrue, as she was on my property at the time of the incident. I'm asking for your support to help cover the attorney's fees related to this case. So let's go to, and again, we're talking about Daisy the dog is no longer with us because
So the next day, they called him and told him, and then told him that his other dog was in the shelter because it was wandering the streets. So so they were fessing up to what they did, but I still don't think they knew that everything was on camera yet. I don't think they had a clue that everything was on camera yet. Completely illegal entry, no warrant, on a fucking anonymous call. They're doing too much with these anonymous calls, man. They're putting too many people in handcuffs, arresting too many people for bullshit on a Karen fucking call when no crime has been committed. A Karen calling and saying someone's suspicious is not reasonable, articulable suspicion to stop that person and identify them and force them to show ID. It's not. Now, if you get there and the person is fucking, I guess if they run behind a building or fucking, I don't know, man. Because stopping kids because they don't want to get tackled to the ground, so they're trying to avoid you, is not serving to protect. That's fucking bullying and harassment. You know what I mean? I'm just saying.
an unnamed deputy from the San Bernardino County Sheriff's Office decided to off the dog while he was standing in the gate of the owner. San Bernardino County Sheriff's Department has faced several high-profile lawsuits and settlements over alleged excessive force, jail abuse, and unconstitutional policies. Here is the San Bernardino County Sheriff's Department website up on the screen. And as you look at this website that's posted up on the screen right here, hold on, what just happened? Streamlabs is trying to open. Why is that? Hold on one second. I want to make sure. Are we still live? Everything's still good? Give me a 5x5 if you guys can still hear me. I just had a StreamYard just tried to open up and looked like it was trying to take my microphone. Let me know if you guys can hear me okay. And then I will proceed. 5x5. Okay, cool. So there are settlements over excessive force, jail abuse, and unconstitutional policies. Check this out. One of the largest jury awards came on February 2026, just a couple months ago, when a federal jury awarded Stephan Todd Barber. Remember that guy? How much do you think was awarded? Let's make this multiple choice. How much do you think that they awarded the family of Stephan Todd Barber there in San Bernardino, the same sheriff's office that just offed Daisy the dog? Was it 1 million, 5 million, or 10 million? 1 million, 5 million, or 10 million? Stephan Todd Barber was awarded $27.3 million after San Bernardino County Sheriff's deputy shot him 6 times in 2021 during a tenant dispute. Barber, who is partially paralyzed and now uses a wheelchair, was shot as he entered his vehicle. His lawyers argued the deputy failed to properly identify himself or take cover in the narrow driveway. The county noted a prior DA review found the shooting justified. So the district attorney found that what the deputy did was justified, but the civil jury ruled that it was excessive force. This is the county, the prosecutors, the DA, the sheriff's department, all covering for each other for a guy that they shot 6 times. In 2028, a jury awarded $33.5 million, including punitive damages, to the parents of Nathaniel Pickett, who was shot and killed by a deputy in Barstow in 2015. 2015, but it took 3 years to arrive at this settlement, but $33.5 million. The deputy claimed Pickett, who was unarmed and had mental health issues, attacked him and tried to grab his gun, but evidence contradicted that account, so he lied. So this guy, basically, this deputy lied on his report. The deputy said he attacked him and tried to grab his gun. The evidence contradicted the account, and the deputy delayed calling for medical help. The DA had cleared the deputy, but the jury disagreed. $33.5 million. On the jail side, in 2008, the county settled a major class action lawsuit in Kraft versus County of San Bernardino for $25.5 million. It challenged the policy of a blanket strip search of detainees, including those who are already cleared for release. So check this out. These jail staff are so perverted that somebody who's already cleared for release is subjected to a strip search, which resulted in a class action lawsuit. And these strip searches were done often in the view of others. It says the settlement included policy changes, ending those searches for certain classes of arrestees. And between 2017 and 2018, the department paid millions. And this is the same department that offed this dog right here, Daisy the dog. Put Daisy up on the screen for you. The same department that offed Daisy the dog between 2017 and 2018, the department paid millions. This includes a $2.5 million deal for 32 inmates who claimed rogue deputies repeatedly tasered them. Check this out, including while serving meals or sleeping. Deputies were just on the hunt and just tasing people as they slept and served meals, used excessive force against protective custody inmates, and engaged in other mistreatment, often targeting SEX offenders or informants. One final related case settled for $1.15 million in 2008. Then there's a $4.5 million jury verdict in 22 in the Ramos case. There's just case after case where the San Bernardino Police Department was involved in all these massive lawsuits, paying out tens of millions of dollars. And now we've got this cop right here. I'll pull it up for you in case you're just joining us. This cop right here who entered this property and shot this Rottweiler called Daisy for no freaking reason. They're on your property. They're shooting your dog. The other dog gets free, and you got to pay $200 to retrieve that dog from the animal shelter. So originally I told you I'm going to go over the San Bernardino County Sheriff's Department Facebook page. This happened on May 4th, 2026, just a couple months ago, less than a couple months ago. And what does the San Bernardino County Sheriff's Department say about Daisy the dog and this horrendous act of cruelty? Absolutely nothing. You go back to May 4th on their Facebook page, they say nothing. But there are a lot of people who are, I'm actually surprised that they haven't disabled comments. Right here it says, from April 19th to May 3rd, the Specialized Investigation Division Crimes Against Children detail participated in a regional Southern California operation. And they have this dog in the picture right here. First comment, was this dog shot after the photo? 43 likes. This another post by San Bernardino County Sheriff's Department. First comment, justice for Daisy. Another one right here. Here's another from May 26th. Justice for Daisy. Another one, justice for Daisy. Maribel Jimenez, justice for Daisy. Just almost every single post. How about remember Daisy instead? I love that. They posted this right here on their San Bernardino County Facebook page. Today, we remember the heroes of San Bernardino County. What? It says accounts with verified badge have been authenticated, can be modified. Okay. So let's play some of this. Okay, it's probably copyrighted. So they're trying to get out the message that all of these fallen officers from the San Bernardino County Sheriff's Department are heroes and they will never be forgotten. First comment, how about we remember Daisy instead? Matter of fact, let's go to some of these comments. All comments. Justice for Daisy. Let's talk about who shot and killed Daisy. The officer who illegally entered a family's property should be charged with felony animal cruelty, and the family is owed a settlement. Kill any more dogs lately? Justice for Daisy. The fat toad who shot her should not be a cop. Actually, the guy who shot her should be in jail right now. He is a danger to every pet in that neighborhood, in that county. Who is the piece of Shiite who shot Daisy? No warrant, and there was no reason for him to be up in those people's backyard. Why'd you guys go in that backyard and just kill that dog? So while the sheriff's department is trying to tell you how heroic all of these fallen San Bernardino officers are, everybody's got their number.
That's fucking awesome, y'all, because I didn't watch this far into the video last time. I watched by halfway, and I knew I had to share it with y'all. But that's fucking awesome, man. All over their Facebook post, people just talk about Daisy. That's fucking beautiful.
And why do we continue dealing with this stuff? Why do we continue believing that these people are here to protect and serve us? Mothers Against Drunk Driving, we know what that's all about. Oh, we get to have a plaque on the wall. We get a dinner in honor of us if we get more DUI convictions. And we know the DUI thing is just a complete fraud. It's a scam. I wonder which one killed the dog. This is the first comment. People are just constantly reminding. And yet, since May 4th, not one press release, not one statement from the San Bernardino County Sheriff's Office talking about what they did to this family and what they did to this dog. I bet those kids are scared. So what I'll do is I will leave the link to, again, I'll post the Justice for Daisy GoFundMe in the chat here, and I'll make sure that when the video gets done rendering, I'll post that in the description for you. But I want to know what you guys have to say about this. Please leave your comments in the comment section below. The only way this channel can grow, by the way, is if you just do the free thing. Just like this video, share these videos out. We have to counter all of this Sergeant Steve, Sergeant Curtis, all these thin blue line freaks who actually applaud the tyranny that comes down upon our heads in the name of protecting and serving. And they're constantly talking about officer safety, and they don't give a damn about public safety. Guys, I appreciate you joining. I'm going to keep this live stream short. Thank you to everybody who contributed. Let's just go over this real quick. We got RJ. Thank you for the.
Hell yeah, man. But here's the deal. I'm probably gonna cut this into videos, y'all, and re-release it. Get more views on it. Not more views on for myself, because I'm dividing up my views that way. Because somebody watches live, it gets views. Somebody watches videos, it gets views. So I'm not really helping myself by making one video go viral. I'm just trying to put it out as much as possible, so as many people as possible can fucking see it. You know what I'm saying? There's been no further releases, man. There ain't been nothing else about it. There's still, you know how this shit goes, man. It might be years before they say anything. But their lawyer was on there and stuff, and lawyers, they're suing them. They still haven't released the name of the officer. There was nothing on their own Facebook page acknowledging it. There's been no press releases at all from the sheriff's department. But he just showed toward the end of that video, man. He showed a lot of shit about San Bernardino County. I might have to clip that into a little video by itself. That was fucking crazy, dude. Oh my God. Yeah, the fucking tens of millions of dollars that they paid out for fucking settlements, from the jails to the cops to whatever, man. That's fucking crazy. All right, y'all. We're at the 2-hour mark. I've been trying to keep my lives around 2 hours, so we're at 2:01. I appreciate y'all for being here. Love y'all. I truly do. And we just got to fix some of this shit, man. This shit's happening too often. And the money's not enough, man. We got to get these guys off the job. And some of them need to be in fucking jail, man. We got to fix this shit. But I appreciate y'all. I love y'all, and I'll catch you on the next one. And I will be dropping videos soon. I know I keep saying that, but I will get on with y'all, I promise. Love y'all. Bye-bye.